All right. I appreciate my friends for showing up. I see '05 Dynasty. I see Ghetto Styles. Y'all got the popcorn. I think it's on and cracking. Let's get the 30-minute counter started. I appreciate y'all. This is I Make Beats. Welcome to my channel. Today, I got a special guest, one of my subscribers and fellow YouTuber. Her name is No Lid Creations. I thought we would go live today and talk about what's going on with her challenges and her YouTube channel and things that she wants to accomplish. So let's bring her in. Boom.
Hey, what's
No
going on? How you
Lid.
guys doing? Hey,
What's going on?
what's going on? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Uh, I really want to appreciate you just because you are one of my fellow subscribers, and I noticed that you always support my channel. You're always
Definitely.
commenting and watching my videos, and I try to reciprocate that back. So I do support your channel as well. When you
Yes.
come out with new videos, I'm always there. That's what we're supposed to do. You know, one hand washes the other. So I just wanted that was the first remark that I wanted to talk about. We're not gonna be here long today. I got a counter. I got the timer on, people. We doing 30 minutes.
Right.
Also, along with No Lid, I also have another special guest, my battle buddy, my collab, my brother from another, Matrix Case. What's up, man?
Hey.
Native speak in the
Yo.
Yo,
house. Yo,
what?
double M's. I throw them
Hey.
M's. I throw them M's.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I appreciate you guys. Been a very busy
Yes.
week for me. Just let me talk about me for a minute, just a smidgen. Uh, Last year I started a segment on my channel called Flip That Sample Tuesday. It
Mm.
ran for a minute, had a lot of fun, met a lot of interesting people all over the world. Got an opportunity to, network and collab with beat makers from everywhere. And that's how I met my boy Matrix Keys. He decided to, join in on one of the Flip That Sample Tuesdays last year. And ever since then, we have been kicking it hard. Also, I decided to revive Flip That Sample Tuesday. We just did the first Flip That Sample Tuesday of this year, this past Tuesday. Got a lot of really skilled and awesome beat makers, Lifted Noise, Ghetto Styles, my boy Matrix Keys, of course, and '05 Dynasty, who is the beast master when it comes to art design and graphics and stuff. So we're networking with those guys. We're gonna try to keep Flip That Stamp of Tuesday going. It won't be every Tuesday, unfortunately, like it was last time, but it will be a once a month thing. So we're gonna try to keep that going. But without further ado, we're gonna jump into this talk. Again, my special guest is both of them, of course, but we want to talk to No Lid. All right, so No
Yes.
Lid, let me just jump right in. So, what's going on with you, and how's your YouTube channel going?
So yeah, so far so good. Everything's going pretty well. I make an attempt to post a video at least once a week. And and just pretty much just growing, doing the things that I enjoy doing, which is making beats, and just growing with the garage band and things of that nature. So far it's a pretty nice journey. I'm about 15 videos in, started a couple
Nice.
months ago. So yeah, it's really a journey, but it's a nice journey because you meet interesting people, you learn along the way, and it's nothing like that support, you know what I mean? So all is good so
Awesome.
far.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been watching your channel, and I noticed not too long ago you said that you
Yeah,
in one of your videos
man.
you checked something off of your bucket list. Can you tell us about what
Mm.
that was?
Correct. Man, you have been watching.
Oh,
I
yes,
see
I
you.
have.
So yeah, so I've always wanted to do a jingle for a business, and it was just something that I just always was attracted to, like the Rooms to Go, the Coca-Cola, McDonald, all those jingles. Thought it was pretty catchy, pretty neat, and I had the opportunity to make a jingle, create one for a
You
business.
said
So
that
it
you
was super amazing. It's for a boutique. It's called the Closet
mm,
Connect. yeah, boutique, and just amazing, amazing situation. And so I had that
Nice.
opportunity and super excited about it for sure. Still, excited about it. Definitely.
That's what I'm talking about. That's nice. I haven't had the opportunity to do anything like that yet, but that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, so let me just holler at my boy Major Keys, man, all the way in the UK, my brother from another. How is things going over there? Not to bring up any bad news or anything, but how y'all holding down over there, man? I know y'all pretty much affected
Mm.
like we are, right?
Bro, yeah, it's the same as down there, man. Everybody's sort of, on lockdown. People are losing out on work, and we're even hearing more sad news where some companies are closing. They're actually being liquidated because of
Wow.
this corona, and it's really affecting a lot of homes. But you know what? We try to stay positive. Everybody does.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And just hope for the best.
But yeah, I really appreciate you joining in with me, man. Like I said, you and I, we talk all the time. We talk every day. And when I told Major Keys that I was going live, he was like, "Man, whatever support you need, I got you." So I appreciate you showing up, my brother. I really do.
Wow.
Did you have any
Mhm.
questions for No Lid, or did you want me to keep chucking along?
Yeah, I had actually a couple of questions I put together here. Where
Yeah,
are they?
yeah.
Where are
Well,
the
thank you.
questions?
Thank you.
Let me get my questions.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, there's a couple of questions I had to get to. I wanted to
All
get to them.
right, let's get to them.
I wanted to sort of find out what your influences were. I mean, what sort of musical influences have kind of brought you to, to start creating like a music, a YouTube channel and sort of try to push your musical journey along.
Well, I always, like I said, I've always liked music, loved it, even from coming up as a little one. And I don't know, it just happened. I've always had like the where I like to write music, I like to rap and do those things, and I just didn't have the piece where I could make the beats. So I finally just got inspired, to make the beats, and I just wanted to just be out there and just share it, share the journey of that, basically. So, and then when I came across the YouTube and I was just checking out what other folks was doing, and I was like, this seems kind of cool. So let's just jump out there and try it. And I'm so glad that I did. You know what I mean?
That's
That is
cool.
So
awesome.
that's
That's so
yeah.
cool. I mean, um, I know. Sorry to cut you. I made beats. I think you wanted to say something there
No, no, no,
quickly.
no. I was just saying that's cool. Carry on. Carry
I
on.
just wanted to add something else. I mean, you already look like your setup looks pretty neat. I mean, your backdrops. Sometimes I see that pillow in the back. That's about music. I see this vinyl up hanging up. Sometimes I see you change the guitar on the wall every now and again, and I'm like, God, she's got it kind of. She's got a nice setup. So just tell me
Oh,
what features in your studio do you really like the most? Because I know you've got like a massive screen there, but obviously we don't get to see
right,
what's
right.
around you. But it looks like you got quite a nice setup there.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Where I think the favorite element in the studio is the purple walls above all the decorations and stuff. That's something, it's like the foundation. You can change it out as much as you want. And
Mm.
purple's my favorite color, hence purple favorite color. But and I don't know, it just really is uplifting and it puts me in a great, great state. So that's definitely the favorite component in the studio. And then I definitely like the guitar too. So and I like the brick walls. So shout out to my brother for making that happen for me. And yeah, so that's pretty much it.
That's
Absolutely.
That's what I'm
cool.
talking
That's
about.
cool.
Yes, absolutely.
Was that it? Is that all the questions you had, Major Keys?
Just my last question,
No,
if
go
I may.
ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
please,
My,
yes,
my
ask me
third
what.
question was, I mean, I see you're very you're always in high spirits when you're making beats, and that's really nice. You know,
Yes, she is.
I
It's
can always
very
tell the vibe.
uplifting.
And I always
Yes.
tell you, man, I feel it all the way from here in the UK, and I was like,
In the
yeah, I
UK,
got to tune in.
right?
So, I just wanted to say that, I mean, I like your freedom and the way you kind of
Mhm.
express yourself within your music. So, you're not afraid to just come up in the music and, do a little rap or do a little freestyle and that. And sometimes I feel that's what's lacking in a lot of other YouTubers, even ones that are out there and they've got thousands of followers. They've got
Absolutely.
tens and thousands of followers, but sometimes um, they don't have that connection with their music. It's almost like they just want to push out video after video, but not
Oh,
connecting with their music. You know what I mean? And I think
Yeah.
what you have at the moment is that connection with what you make and your music. And I urge you never to lose that,
Oh,
in your videos, because
wow.
it's what makes you
It
stand out, to be
does.
honest. It
It
makes you stand
captures
out.
Oh,
your viewers, and that's
Yeah.
one of the things. Like I said, me and Matrix Keys, we talk all the time, and that's one of the things
mm,
that we because we both support your channel. By the way, I don't want to just say like I am. Matrix Keys is also a
yeah.
big
Yeah, thank
supporter as well. So that was one of the topics that we talked about a lot. Is that we notice your positivity, your energy. You
Mm,
keep it upbeat, and we're all human. We all go through ups and downs, but when you're on the camera, it just seems like you're in your element and you have a good time, and it comes off on camera. It really does. It comes
you.
right off of the
mm,
camera, and really honestly, when I watch your videos, it brightens my day. I'm like, man, she was doing her
wow.
thing, So
Yeah.
Wow.
we just want to throw
You
that
know
out
what?
there.
True.
Wow, thanks, fellas. You know what? Well, you just pretty much just wrapped up the whole no lid concept. All you just wrapped it up. That's what it's about: being in your own spot, being
Mm.
your own self. And I mean, we know that no one is perfect. So what I'm attracted to the most is the imperfections. Dance a little bit, be off key or be off,
Absolutely.
the rhythm or what have you. So that really inspires me, and that's why it's the no lid, no limits.
Yeah.
So
See, now I'm
yeah,
glad you broke down because
and
that was one of my questions. What is the name No Lid really mean? And you
right,
just told me no limits.
mm,
I like that. That is
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Absolutely.
Hey
Well, thank you.
guys.
That's Miss I Make Beats in the background. She threw out a hey.
Oh, how you doing?
She said, "How you doing?"
I'm good. How are y'all?
Oh,
We're
doing
good.
great,
We're
doing
good.
great.
She said, "Doing
Super
great."
happy and excited right now.
Hey, Matrix Keys. I seen you. I seen you,
Hey,
Matrix Keys.
hey,
Why you hiding in the corner?
Of course, she
yeah,
had to open the door, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. She got to open the door and
That's so
throw in
funny.
her little pieces. All right,
Oh my.
so we still got 18 minutes on the counter. I
Mm,
got one more question or one series of questions. But before I ask that one series of questions, I'm going to give the floor to you, No Lid. Are there
yeah.
any questions that you have for us or anything that you would like to talk about?
You know what? Well, I definitely have a question, and I'm sure a lot of others have this same question for Matrix Keys. I just want to know, how did you start playing the keys? Like and what inspires you, or who inspires you with the
Wow.
keys?
You gonna make me go down memory lane. We was
yeah,
just
yeah.
I'm in a group right now of a number of beat makers, and we talk on this app called Marco Polo. And
Mm,
just the other day, we were all kind of going down memory lane. And let's just jump in there because we got 17 minutes. Might as well use it, right?
might as well
Okay,
use it.
so I started playing the piano when I was 16. Um,
Wow.
my brother's wife,
Mm,
she played for the church, and at the time I was going to the recording studio quite often, but I was basically just singing at the time. I wasn't really into the creating music part
oh,
of it.
got the
But
vocals. Okay.
as I got exposed to the recording studio, I kind of was like, I think I might want to learn how to do some of this stuff. You know what I mean? So I hit her up one day and I said, "Hey man, can you teach me how to play?" So what she did was, because I guess she was pressed for time, big time church playing, that she was.
Mm,
She said, "I'm gonna show you two chords." So she set me down at the keyboard. I had a keyboard at the time. So she set me down at the keyboard and she said, "I'm gonna show you the C minor seven and I'm gonna show you the F minor seven chord."
mm.
And she showed me those chords, and that was it.
Oh,
So I worked them chords upside down ways, backwards, forwards. I played them chords
oh
until I
wow.
knew them by heart.
Mm,
And then that inspired me to go to college and major in piano. And
wow.
once I got there, uh, when you're in that environment, when you're around other creators, it really does something. It really does something. It changes you. So I'm in
Yeah.
college and I'm struggling through because you got to try to. In college they make you read music and all that stuff, but
Okay.
we had practice hours so that you would get a room and it was like multiple rooms that had pianos in them. So you would, mark the time to get that piano, and then I would know. Usually, I walk the hall and I'd be peeking at all the doors, looking to see who's in which piano room. And you'd see, saxophone players and guitar players, and But what inspired me was one day, one of the guys that was in my piano class,
Mhm.
I looked through one of the windows one day, and he was playing the trombone, and I'm like, wait a minute. You trying to tell me this dude plays the piano and the trombone? So that's when I decided to take up a second instrument, which was the guitar. So I majored in piano and minored in guitar. And of course, there's a longer story to that, but we'll leave it right there. But
Okay.
yeah, my whole family's pretty musical. My grandmother, she could
Mhm.
sing like nobody. Actually, you had mentioned something earlier when we were talking about your mom. You said Shirley Caesar. Well, my grandma sounds
Mhm.
exact. Well, she used to. God bless her soul. She's gone now, but she sounded
Mhm.
just like Shirley Caesar. So every time I hear Shirley
Wow.
Caesar, I think of my grandma. They have the same demeanor, same everything. So when you
Oh
said that,
wow.
it kind of made me flash back. But my grandma could sing and she could play the piano. I had an uncle that could play the organ or the piano. I had another uncle that could play the drums. And then all my aunts, including my mom, they all sang. So my whole family was just
Man,
one big musical choir. So it was in me already, you know what I mean?
I see.
But I
Yeah.
took it a step further because every Christmas when I was younger, I was like, Mom, I want a guitar. That was the first instrument I ever wanted to learn how to play. But she was like, "Nah,
Really.
we can't afford it." So we couldn't afford it. So
Mhm.
when I got older,
I
I ended up, like I said, hanging out with other musicians, and it just it grew from there. Hopefully
I
that
see.
was enough of an answer. But
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, that's really awesome. Man, and she showed you those two chords. That was the root. Those two
yeah,
chords, huh?
yeah, absolutely. Those two chords really just it did it for me. Once I got them two chords down, I was like, man,
Mhm.
I'm gonna play this thing. You know what
That's
I mean?
it.
It just
Oh
became
yeah. Oh yeah.
my instrument of choice. Even though in the beginning I wanted to play the guitar, and I still, I can tinker with it, but I think my real instrument is the piano. So
That's beautiful.
anyway,
That's beautiful. Wow.
anything else?
I guess I would ask Matrix Keys the same question. Like
That's a good,
what
yeah, that's a good question, Major Keys.
Well, well, for me, to be honest, it was 10 years old. My dad forced me into piano lessons. At that time,
Mm,
my dad was a guitarist and he was a minister at the time, in church and whatnot. So I think he wanted both me and my sister to have some sort of connection with music that he had.
Wow.
So,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe I think he just wanted to create a house band. Who knows? But either way, he paid for lessons for me, and I used to have one lesson a week for an hour every Saturday for about 2 years. And my piano teacher was also a guitar teacher, so he was teaching my sister guitar. I wanted to learn the guitar, but my dad was like, "No, learn the keys." So
Ain't that funny?
my sister learned the guitar. I learned the keys, but it was so hard. Like at that
Right.
time, 10 years old, my teacher was teaching me to play by ear, and so
mm,
it was not. He was not teaching me to read music because he felt that uh, reading music kind of restricted you a little bit. It was just like reading a book. You were interpreting somebody else's rendition. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not really
mm.
opening yourself up to the possibilities. So I
I see.
spent about a whole year and a half just doing major scales. I mean, that's all I
Whoa.
did.
Not major
That's all I
scales
did.
now.
That's
That hit a
it.
bone right
That's
there.
not the
Yeah.
the whole world. Okay, okay,
I
okay.
spent a
Major, huh?
whole year and a half just doing major scales, and that was me. C,
Mm,
C sharp, D, E flat, E, you name it. Like it.
All of
After
them.
as soon as I done it, my teacher was like, I was doing it great, right? He's like, yeah, okay, do it again. You know what I'm saying? I'll be
There
like,
you
okay,
go. Do it again.
and I'll finish and be like,
mm,
do it again. I'll be
Do it
like,
again.
all right, okay, do it again. And he was like, oh man, when am I gonna just learn something else, man? But
mm,
later on, after actually, sadly, God rest his soul, he passed away. But
mm.
after a while, my mom was in the choir, obviously. So there was like the band. You're there. My mom could never leave
Yeah,
us at home, so where she went, we went with her. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Sit
right,
down,
right.
be quiet. So I
Oh,
spent a long time just listening, and so listening uh, to people sing, and then in my head, remember, I've already got the scales now. in my head, like so. I mean, I've got it right down to the T, to the la, to
Mm-hmm.
the so. You know what I'm saying? And then
Hmm.
that's when my ears kind of opened up. I was like, okay. And then one day I got the opportunity to play because the pianist didn't turn up. So they're like, who can play? We need somebody that can play. I didn't know how to play, but I was like, I can try, you know.
Right.
And so that's when the scales came into work, and then I was like, oh, I was playing triads. I don't know if you know about triads, right? It's just three
Yeah.
notes and a chord, right? So
Right.
that's all I was playing. I was playing my chords were just three notes. You know what I'm saying? Just three notes and the root note. That was it. And then
Yeah.
I was listening to these great pianists, and I'm like, no, I mean, there's more to this. I need to, expand, And then that's when, all the sixths and added sus twos and, major sevenths and
Oh,
minor sevenths came in, and
look at
then
the
oh,
passion. Look at the passion, man.
it was just an explosion. It was just an explosion from
Mm,
then on. So I have to say
that's
that the major scales, which I'm going to do a video about as well, really can open up, your musical atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And you start to kind of explore the keys in a way that you've never explored them before. So,
That's interesting that you say that, Major Keys. There's a little someone I was giving a lesson to. I ain't gonna name no names, but major scales was the lesson for today, and
yeah.
what's the lesson?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know my major scales. I know them all. However,
Mm,
I need to be playing them fluently on both hands. I
Mm.
don't play them fluently on my left, my right, because most piano I'm
Me
guilty.
too.
Most
Me
piano
too. You're not
players
alone there. You're not
they
alone
they
there,
play.
brother.
Say again.
mm.
Me too. You're not alone there, man. I need to get my left hand, playing, on the
Yeah,
scales a bit more.
my left hand is fairly weak. I mean, I can play octaves. I usually play octaves with my left hand. I don't usually chord,
Mm.
and I'm limiting myself to be honest. I need to be. It's gonna happen because I'm inspired by the person that wanted lessons today talking about scales. That inspired me to want to tighten my game. So
Mhm.
we're down to our 8 minutes. Man, that was an awesome question. No lid. I appreciate that.
Thank
We're gonna move along. My last question.
you.
No lid. Well, last one
Yes.
and a half question. What are some of the challenges that you found since you started your YouTube channel?
I think the biggest challenge, and I've been reading up on it, someone said, you want to know what you're doing before you want to have a plan before you press record. I
Hmm.
think that is a very big help because they were trying to break it down into size, and he said that he wants to help YouTubers turn decades into days. So he was saying, one of the tips was to definitely have a plan before you press record because sometimes, even though like for me, I put out one video a week for right now, and you think that's good, but as soon as you finish recording that video, you're thinking of the next one. And
Right.
sometimes those days come so quick. So I think if you just have a detailed script, even if it's just something to push you forward for the next 3 to 5 videos, I just think it's helpful because sometimes coming up with video ideas can definitely be a little challenging. So, that's one of the areas that I'm like, got to go back to the drawing board
And
on
that's
that one. So,
interesting that you said that too, because that group of beat makers that I was talking about, uh, today they created a separate little group chat, and in that group
mm,
chat was the possibility of talking about video creation and social media, and how one person does it versus another, and some ideas that they wanted to share with the group. I thought that was cool. And then what you
mm,
just said is having a plan.
correct.
Today I'm doing a live. Do you honestly think I don't have a plan? I got it
Right. I
written
see.
down.
I
You know what I
see.
mean? You have to
So
have a
maybe,
plan. You do. And that's
yeah.
that's that's wise. Uh, and if you look at some of the videos on YouTube that talk about how to create a YouTube video and what are some of the things you should focus on, the first thing they tell you is have a script, have
Have a script.
have some talking points, know what you're going to talk about, and that's important. It
Mm,
makes you look more professional, and you're
right.
not you're not sitting there
Correct.
wasting air. You know what I mean? So we do enough of that even when we have a script or when we have a topic. You know what I'm saying? So that is amazing. That is awesome. So we're down to 5 minutes and 30
Yes.
seconds. I love timing my video. Just know that I like to stay organized. And the last question It's for
Mm,
both of y'all.
yes.
We're gonna start off with Matrix Keys on this one, and then we'll end it with No Lid. Okay. So,
Okay.
question,
Sounds good.
my brother from another. So, what's the next step for you and your channel?
Um, the next step for me and my channel is to do some, which I haven't done much, to be honest. Even though it was one of the first videos I started off, but with every step that comes, it comes with like a hurdle,
True.
something that you gotta overcome. So my next step is actually to do more beat making videos, and
Hmm.
more tutorials for people that don't play keys, and
Nice.
just sort of make it try to let them understand the matrix how I understand it, and maybe it might open them up to, understanding keys and creating their own matrix, because I've created my own matrix, which I understand for myself, which is mainly the number system, and
Nice.
and and knowing how those sequences can work together, and understanding how you can open up the possibilities. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's
Right.
good not to plan when it comes to keys, especially when you're
Mm,
creating.
yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
want to plan. I'm gonna plan to play this chord and it's gonna go like this and like that. So sometimes I'm
Right.
like, okay, I'm just gonna press
Let
record
it
and
breathe.
I'm just gonna just
Yeah.
do something. You know what I'm saying? And just not to overthink it,
Let it
because
come out.
sometimes,
Right.
yeah, but we
Absolutely.
do. So
Mm,
that's my next thing. I'm gonna be creating some short tutorials. Just, for those people that don't know, there'll probably be a lot of people saying, yeah, we know what you're talking about. Move on, man.
yeah.
But a lot
Well,
of those
hey,
people are
I
gonna
just
be
want to
like,
comment
yo,
on that. Ghetto Styles just typed in and said, I need those tutorials. Yeah, and just so y'all know, on my channel, there are three current tutorials
Mm,
talking about chord inversions and chord progressions. So
mm,
that'll be a good start before you get into the matrix keys, because he going to take y'all to the red pill. You know what I mean? So,
nice.
Major Key, that's
Absolutely.
amazing, dude. Like I said, you inspire me as well, man. You really do, and that's why Major Keys and I have started this collaboration. We've already put out two singles, "Lift Him
Yes.
Up" and "The Get Down." So y'all might want to go check that out. It's on all the platforms, so it's available for your, uh, you know,
Well,
that.
let me write that down on my pad. Y'all done showed y'all pad, so let me show my pad. Lift him up.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you
Yes,
write that
yes.
down. So hey, we're down to the last 2 minutes.
Alrighty.
Uh, Before I close out, I want to say to everyone that's in the chat, you know what I mean. I appreciate you all for showing up. I see Fickest Beats. Shout out to my boy Fickest Beats, Ghetto Styles, '05
Mm.
Dynasty, Miss I Make Beats. There you are, baby. I see you. Thank you, baby, for showing up. I appreciate you. We got Beat Wolf. I see you, man. King
Beat
O
Wolf.
Caesar. I see you,
Yes.
dog. I appreciate you guys for showing up. You guys didn't have to. You took time out your day to support me, man. I appreciate it. All right, here we go. Last 2 minutes is Lid. So, what are some of
All
the
right.
next steps for you and your channel?
So I believe the next step, the plan is to come to the mic more. I definitely want to, just say some words. I enjoy rapping, I enjoy writing, I enjoy singing. So I definitely want to display that, a lot more. So that is definitely up and coming. I have some great people in mind that loves to do the same type of stuff. So it'll be some collabs happening, and that's pretty much the vision. It's pretty much the vision. Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. So, tell me, and do you see any collaborations in your future?
I definitely see a collaboration in my future for
That's what
sure.
I'm talking about. That's what
Yes,
I'm
looking
talking
forward
about.
to it. Absolutely. Yes,
Well,
indeed.
we're down to the last 59 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. We have hit all of my talking points. We have accomplished the mission. Oh, once again, that's the second live, official live. The first one was just me and my boy Matrix Keys. Today, I have No Lid Creations. She took some time out of her day to hang out with I Make Beats. You know what I'm
mm,
saying?
Yay!
I appreciate both of
That's
y'all.
right. That's
I
right.
appreciate all the people that are watching and commenting. I appreciate you guys. This is I Make Beats, man. Until next time.
peace.
Peace. Time to go. Major Keys, have a good morning or good night to you. It's probably morning for you now, so I'll talk to you later, my man.
All right, man.
No lid.
No lid.
Peace.
Nice. Take care, guys.
Stay safe.